Hi everyone, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Today I'm doing a special video. Please pay attention and invite others to be here as well because you are going to want to hear this message. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to really have music like I have during the week. This message is a special message today. Hold on, guys. I need some water. Thank you all for being here. Normally, I'm here Monday through Friday, but today I'm here with a special message. And listen to this video when you have time to sit down and take in this message. Remember that I speak from a space of everything that I've gone through, the lessons I've learned from the trials, tribulations, and challenges that I've gone through, and how I was able to be an overcomer instead of succumbing to the trials, tribulations that were before me. And I'm going to talk about that, and perhaps anyone who might be dealing with this topic of discussion today will perhaps something will resonate with you, and you will hear something on how I became an overcomer with these trials and tribulations, and perhaps it can help you if it resonates with you with your own situation. Perhaps it's beneficial. So guys, keep in mind, I'm not a therapist, social worker, or a counselor. I'm just somebody who went through a lot of hell and found ways to overcome it. Through persevering and praying and meditating and asking God for help. So with that being said, the topic of discussion today is pour into yourself. It is time, guys, for us to pour into ourselves. You may be watching this and asking yourself, what does that mean? We're going to talk about it right now. Stop pouring your water into a cup that has a big hole in it. Stop pouring your water into a cup that has a big hole into it. Stop giving your time and energy to people who have nothing to give to you. So I'm using the water and the pot as a metaphor because I have had a huge problem the first half of my life dealing with this topic that we're discussing today, because I wasn't learning these lessons. So I had to repeat them 1,000 times, different characters, different setup, but the same scenario, because I did not learn the lessons until maybe 1,000 times as it came past my way. And this is why I know that I can help someone who's going through this, because I've gone through this so many times before I actually stopped being an overgiver to people who had nothing to pour into my cup. Stop giving to takers and low vibrational energies and individuals who have nothing to give back to you. Some people are in this world not to build from the ground up, not to invest into building their foundation, but they are here to take from others, from those who build from the ground up, from those who did the work to heal themselves, to pour into their own cup. They don't want to do the work because the work is very painful, very difficult, and there's nothing easy about it. But they want the abundance. But the abundance can't come if you don't build from the ground up. So they find ways to take from others without doing the work. When you pour into others, you deserve an equal give and take. No doubt about it. When you pour into a bucket that has a big hole into it, guys, you are wasting your time and your energy that is leaking out onto the ground, because these individuals refuse to do the work to heal themselves. You know the saying, you can bring the horse to the water, but I'm going to change it around a little bit. You can bring the people to the water, but you can't make them drink. It is their decision. We all have a decision in this world on how we going to let things play out in our life. You know, we can sit and address the elephant in the room, get to the root cause of the pain, the trauma, and the problems, and the childhood wounds. Look at them, address the pain. Therapy would be a first place that I suggest, because it helps us to put the metaphor that I always use, the pieces of the puzzle together, so that we can see what the bigger picture is, what the root cause. It's just like going to a doctor and finding out you have something, and the doctor gets to the root cause, because when you get to the root cause of the problem, then you can eradicate it. But you can't really put a Band-Aid on a wound that needs medical attention. So looking and addressing at the elephant in the room means that we can be in a space to heal it. Heal old wounds, childhood trauma, and all these things, so that we can be whole instead of broken down into pieces. And people who sit and take from others who don't want to do the work have a broken mindset, a broken way of living, because they think they are entitled to take from you and other people who are building up. Save your energy and time for someone who values your worth. Someone who will fill your cup without the hole being in it. I have notes here, guys, because I want to cover this, because this applied to me for a very long time. Because that's what I was doing the first half of my life, over giving and not getting anything back but the hole in the bucket where the water was leaking out, because nothing was being poured into me as I poured into others. So the saying that I'm going to say today is, give unto others what you want to be given unto you. That shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be complex. You know, give unto others what they pour into you, pour back. It should always be some kind of equal give or take. And it's not about who has the most, who has the less. You know, it's about what you can give to the connection. And when people don't want to give anything to it, and keep in mind that this doesn't have to be a romantic connection. This could be family. This could be a business matter. This could be significant others or people that you grew up with. And if people are not pouring into your cup, why do you have to keep over pouring their cup and filling their cup up? This is not complicated. It is an equal give or take. It is exactly what you deserve, or it should not be anything at all. What you put in is what you should be getting back. Set strong boundaries with these connections that want to steal or use your time and money to pour into themselves or into other folks. Because what you give to those folks who are takers and who feel entitled to your time, your energy, and your money, they go and give that and fill somebody else's cup up with that. Pay attention to what's going on here, because like I said, people's situations and circumstances come into our life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. And when unlearned lessons come back, they get worse and worse each time they appear. Different characters, different scenario, same lesson. I had to learn that, guys. And that's when I truly learned that lesson, that's when I stopped being an overgiver. I'm still generous. I'm still kind. I will listen, pray for people, help people when it's necessary, but I will not be an overgiver as I had been in the past. I had to repeat lessons, which feels like 1,000 times, before I understood and started to learn the lesson. And when you learn the lesson, you can close the door to it forever as you move on to bigger and better things. And let me tell you something, guys. As I learned to heal grow and evolve and be the best version of myself and to learn lessons, these folks who love the old version of who I used to be, a kind, generous, subservient overgiver. These people love that because they were easily able to take advantage of my kindness, generosity, and everything that I was because I was a subservient individual. These takers and haters were lining up outside to take advantage of the subservient opportunity. They were lining up left and right as I was given and overgiven. And as I was doing these things, I was neglecting my own self, my own responsibilities to overgive and help. And one of the things I had to learn, and how I learned it through therapy, is childhood wounds that were not addressed. And this is why I use the metaphor of addressing the elephant in a room, because I had to look at where the pain was coming from. Guys, the root cause of it. And the root cause is what I learned as a child growing up. What happens in this house, no matter how traumatic it is, painful it is, it stays right here. And if it stays there, you can't address the root cause of it. You can't grow, heal, and evolve if you are downplaying the pain and pretending it's not there as the elephant in the room grows bigger and bigger until there's no room for anybody or anything else. When you address these issues from the root cause, then you can heal it, grow, evolve, and not stay in a place of being subservient to others. When they're not pouring into your cup, they're not giving anything back to you. Guess what, guys? This once in a lifetime opportunity of me being a subservient individual to the takers, the haters, etc., has expired a long time ago as I healed the broken areas in my life and started, guess what, investing into myself and those who value my worth, because I wasn't doing that before. As I overgave and continue to be up late hours of the night listening to other people's problems, carrying their burdens while neglecting my own stuff, I no longer do those things. Giving to something that does not give back equals a zero. You gain nothing from it. Invest into your own cup. And as you heal, grow, and evolve, you start to understand your worth. And when you understand your worth, you start to self-care. Self-care equals self-love. And no one can take that away from you, no matter what they are in the background trying to do. Never allow anyone to make you feel like they are entitled to you and you are obligated to give to them just because you share some sort of DNA. You are not obligated to give to anybody else unless you have small minor children, etc., so forth. Otherwise, you are not entitled to take care of these people's problems and carry their burdens. Your balance to their account should be a zero. You owe them nothing. And this is how I look at this situation now instead of trying to be subservient. It took me a long time to learn this lesson. I'm talking about it because I was overgiven, jumping, skipping, and hopping through hoops for these folks far too long that was not filling my cup with not even a drop of water. So now I give nothing to the account. I have a zero balance for them. I owe them nothing. Yes, I'm still kind, generous, listening to people, helping. However, I know the difference about being an overgiver, and I stopped being an overgiver. I give to those who know how to provide an equal give or take. If it's not an equal give or take, then it doesn't belong on my table. It gets deleted. This is one vital lesson, guys, that I have learned on this healing journey. This is a vital lesson that I learned, and it took a long time. I mean, years to learn this. And it's only a few years ago that I really started to apply this into my life. Therapy has helped me so much with the pro and con list, and my therapist being patient with me to help me to see things from a different perspective instead of from the broken version that I was looking at things from. Some of these folks might become desperate for your full cup of water. Remember the lesson. Learn the lesson so you don't have to repeat it and you can close those doors. I choose to leave these folks where they are as I continue to grow, heal, and invest into my own cup. The other important lesson that I've learned here, guys, is to stop wasting my time and energy into people and situations that are giving zero to the connection. Why? And I would ask myself, why am I still carrying burdens? Why am I investing into this when a person cannot even give me a drop of water? They're not investing anything into this. And the reason what I came up with is because they were there to take, so that they can fill their empty cup with my water and give nothing to the connection. So now I give to myself, and I look at things and see if it's for my highest good. And if it's not for my highest good, the door gets closed, cut off, blocked, and deleted, while leaving them where they are. Know the difference, guys. Know people who are really there in your life to help motivate you, to build you up. Even when you have those days where you feel depressed and etc., they're there to support you. And support doesn't have to be financial. It's just listening to you, being there to encourage you to persevere, to move forward, to keep going, instead of to take from you. Especially, and some people like to do that when you're at your lowest point of your life. Make sure people are filling up your cup just as you're filling up their cup. The question is, guys, how will you repair a hole that might be in your cup? Being at peace. Always remember this. Being at peace is better than being broken down into pieces while you fill somebody else's cup. That's the message today. This is going to help somebody somewhere who might be going through this. This is why I'm doing this video today instead of Monday. Monday's video will be something different, but this is something to ponder over, to meditate and think about, and ask God to help you, because this was very difficult for me when I was going through this. And as I meditated, prayed, and asked God to help me, and one of the things I asked God to help me with is, as I take a step, please take steps in the background to help me with this situation, because these lessons, if they continue to go unlearned, they can destroy your life. That's the message today, guys. Thank you for showing up and being here. Help others by inviting them to this channel, and please subscribe. Also, there's going to be a link there. If you like to donate, please do so. I am going to be in a future, not too far off future, I'm going to be speaking to live audiences about these different ways of healing. Guys, you can do this. Nothing ventured is nothing gained, but it's worthwhile, because your peace is priceless. Thank you again. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and I will see you again on Monday. Thank you for being here, and be good to yourself. Bye for now.